Hey, so this is my first real video of my DJI Phantom 3 standard. Um, I did a video with my old drone that I got, not really old, I can say. I had bought a ProMark P70 VR from Pathmark in December, and I was not happy with it because it didn't have GPS on it at all. It was a lot better than some of the other ones I've seen. Out of the box, it had automatic takeoff and stuff like that, and automatic land. It had a camera on it that took okay photos and video, but it wasn't nothing on the level of this. Now, I wanted to jump into this and go over a few things when it comes to owning and being a pilot with DJI products. Now, this is my first drone from DJI. I am looking to actually invest in getting the Phantom 4, being that I'm pretty much got a good handle on using the Phantom 3. Thing is, the pros and cons. Let's go over that. First off, it does not have any sensors on it when it comes to, other than GPS, it doesn't have any other way to tell where it's at. So this is not really a good drone for being indoors. The Phantom 3 Professional and the Phantom 4s all have forward sensors and vertical sensors so that it can know how close it is to the ground and how close it is to another object in the front and in the back of it. Why they didn't put that in the Phantom 3, I don't know. It's like they wanted you to pay more for that kind of technology, I guess. The other part that I would say I don't like is the transmitter. With this little piece of crap they gave you to hold your cell phone. Now, everybody, and I'm doing this right now, I went online and I went ahead and got me a tablet. There's a piece of, there's a regular little old tablet, only nothing really fancy. This was only like about, what was it, $42. I want to give me a better tablet, but just for now. And I also went ahead and got this, which is the Phantom 4. This is for the Phantom 4. And this is, of course, the tablet slash cell phone holder. And for some reason, I don't understand this either. DJI did not send this out of the box with a better tablet or better holster. This holster right here can't hold anything above a phablet, probably just about a 5.5. My phone is a 5.2 screen. It's very flimsy. It's in the wrong spot. It's very easy. You had to constantly tighten the bolts on the side right here. And that's trash. So I went ahead. I just got this a few weeks ago, so I'm already ordered me these things, so I can put it right here where the lanyard holster is. You screw it into there, and that's it. It will just hold it its place, and then I'll be able to put a tablet up in there. On top of that, the range is horrible. That's another con. This thing is advertised to do way further in feet, and it does. I noticed that I can't even get about 200 to 300 feet without it saying that it has a bad connection. So I'm also going to go ahead and order the mods for this antenna so that I can change out this antenna and have a better antenna system, because it's horrible out of the box standard. Out of the box. Other thing is I'm not happy with is that they did not put the return home button on this like you will see on the Professional or the Phantom 4. Once they had the GPS, even on the Phantom 2s, they should have had the return home on the Phantom 2. The Phantom 3 standard, I know, is the lower base, but they should have at least had it on there. These buttons here is to change your flight mode, and this over here, I think you're supposed to be able to program it with some things on there, but I don't really know exactly. So the transmitter is not even all that great at all. It's pretty good with the the tactile knobs. They're pretty good. I don't have a problem with them at all, but I think the functionality should have been there. It should have been way better than what you get out of the box. The gimbal and the camera. Now the camera does pretty good. I don't think they have any issues when it comes to the camera. I would have liked it to be able to turn left and right instead of for just up and down. But it, for the camera itself is pretty good. It takes very good pictures in 720. I was doing that. I even did the 2K, 2.7K up there, and it was really good. You just have to buy a higher. It comes with an 8 GB SD card, which is okay. I would think that at this point in our age now with technology, we should automatically standard come with 16 gigabytes. 8 GB is not going to get you nothing out of the box. I mean, you can go up for about 10-15 minutes and you already used up virtually all of your memory. So you're virtually going up and down, taking it off the card, and that's a really big headache. Other than that, the drone is very, very responsive. It's very good in the air. I mean, this you can learn if you want to get into being a drone pilot. If you're doing it for money, I'm going to try to get into this to for the financial part of this. I love flying drones, and I'm also into photography, so I'm going to use this drone to get me into that as a stepping stool. And then I'm of course going to try to invest in getting me the Phantom 4 Professional, which is the highest end right now, other than their Inspire, which is outrageously expensive. That's up there in the $6,000 range. And that's if the only way you buy one of those is if you've already been doing this for a few years, you got some money to spend on the side, and you can go up to that price range. But the Phantom 3 standard, I want to tell you, is great. When it comes to it, if you really want to get into droning, the GPS, everything so far, I have yet to have any issues with. If I do lose signal, and the return home feature works perfectly, it comes back. I haven't had an issue with it. Just know how to set your distance up so it won't crash into no trees, into no buildings if you're in a city area and stuff like that, and it will definitely come right above your head. And you got, by that time you should have some receiving some kind of signal to it. If you don't, just let that thing land if it comes to the right spot. But by the time it gets about 15-20 feet, you definitely have service connection. Other than that, the DJI Go app is very cool. I like it. They can do a little bit better on it when it comes to certain things, but I won't get into that. This is just a quick review of the drone. Let me see if I'm missing anything out of the box. Oh, okay. So other than that, I'm going into this because a lot of people has been asking me online. I've been talking to people online, and they are flying drones. A lot of people are getting into these drones. I even spoke to a guy at Target because I was trying to find this thing everywhere a few weeks ago, and it was impossible to find it because everybody was buying it. It was on sale for $3.99. It was on, and everybody was buying these things like hotcakes. I had to go to the Micro Center in New York, and I'm out of New Jersey right now. I'm from New York, but I had to go back to New York and get it from the Micro Center. But one thing a lot of people do not understand is that you cannot fly this drone without having some kind of license from the FAA. Now, last year, August 29th, now I don't agree with this regulation at all, but the FAA last year, because drones blew up on the market, the FAA went along and appealed to the NTSB, which is the National Transportation Safety Board, which is an independent agency that oversees virtually everything that has to do with aviation, gas, and anything with transportation. Now, you will wonder, why would the NTSB have anything to do with helping the FAA? The FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, they are in charge of a lot of things in the air. And for some reason, they felt the need to take a hobby, something that you should never, ever have a drone that goes well over 450 feet. That is called the airspace. That's airspace. Most planes are not supposed to fly only about 400 and so feet. But the regulations were that drones, unmanned vehicles, flying vehicles, should not go past 400 feet. Now, there's a good chance you are never going to go that high unless you're just crazy. But that was the regulation. So everything below 400 feet should not be regulated by the FAA. But for some reason, that's exactly what happened. And I know there's a lot of appeals going out there right now. The FAA is still in court right now. A lot of people are fighting that because they're saying, okay, if you're telling us that we can't go into the aviation space, which is above 400 feet, why everything that's below 400 feet is being regulated by you as well? That's like you're having both things at the same time, and you shouldn't. And the FAA, now you have to pay to get this this regulation that you have to go online. You have to get this regulation. And if you're a hobbyist, you get this. It's $25, well, $24.99 to do this now. Last year was less than that. I think it was like $5. Now it's $25. And if you want to do this and make money out of this, they also want to get you, because they want to, now you're going to pay like $199, plus you have to go to this class, pass a test in order to get that license and your certificate signed off on from a reputable place that is, I guess, licensed to do so from the FAA. So that is a pain in the ass, because like me, I want to do this as a hobby, and I also want to do it on the side of making some money. But because it is, in their eye, a flying vehicle, they get to regulate it. And you have to pay them in order to get this and pass a class that has nothing to do with this device. They want you to learn all this stuff when it comes to aviation. But there's a lot of things in the aviation that you should not even worry about, because you're never going to have the same circumstances happen to you with a drone. You can't go, you shouldn't be worrying about going really far up in the air. Like I said, the regulation is 400 feet. Everybody should know that by now. And making money off of this, and you can be only a few feet in the air, doesn't make sense. The whole regulation came out because this guy, I forgot his name, was hired by a college to take some footage around the college to brand them and, you know, put it on their website. And this guy, he did it, and the FAA found out about it, and they sued him. But how can you get sued for a law that's not there? So they lost the case, but they appealed to the NTSB because they felt that they should not, their drones should not be flying around in airspace, and they don't have no regulation on it. They were able to get the regulation, and now it's in act right now. But we're hoping that that ruling is dropped, because, you know, going. Let me see if I still have it up. See, it's called Part 107. And these are the test centers. I was looking at the test centers because I was like, okay, let me see where I can go to do this stupid thing. But Part 107 is a very tricky, really stupid thing. But you have to have that in order to fly your drone. And that regard, if it's over a certain amount of weight. So all the Phantom series, anything that has a camera on it virtually, they want you to freaking to have it registered. Even if you're a hobbyist, they just want you to have that now. For now, I'll pay for it because it's a regulation, but I'm going to go ahead and try to do my best to see if I can follow this and hope that the higher courts say, you know what, yeah, that is true. If you know, but okay. So other than that, the drone is awesome. I would get it if if you want to get into this, really get into using this as a staging drone, learning how to fly it, learning how to use the controls, learning how to use GPS, learning how to do certain maneuvers with this thing. It's very reliable. I've flown it a few times already, about 5 or 6 times. It's very good. I love the video. I love the photos with this, and I love the responsiveness. I will tell you if you get this one, go online, get some modifications. You know, I'm already going to start doing that with my thing. Hopefully today is Sunday. Hopefully by Monday and Tuesday I'll have my stuff, my tablet, and the tablet holster. Put that right there, make it look real bad. And then I want to definitely get some more stuff for the drone itself. But other than that, if you have any comments or any questions about the Phantom 3 standard, I will be glad to answer that. So get a little good look. Oh, real quick, the battery life is great. I like the battery life for this thing. It really does. And if you don't even go past 20%, because usually that's where everybody says don't kill the battery completely, stop at like 20%. It's a smart battery. It slides in pretty easy in the back. Let me see if I can take this off with one hand. I usually am able to. I'm having a difficult time doing that right now. Yeah, it's kind of tight right now. Dang. Well, if I show you the back of it, let's do it that way. I can still. This is a smart battery, so if you press the button once, it shows you your charge. So right now I'm at full charge, and when you put it on charge, it automatically shuts off, or it won't overcharge it and stuff like that. So that's a good point right there. I hover a lot, and I don't fly in heavy wind, so this thing really does do about 20 to 24 minutes. Before I got down to like 20%, and you can of course go down to 15 to even 10%, and that probably give you a little bit longer. But I usually stop around 20 to 19 to, you know, around that, before 15% really, and it's usually about 20 to 24 minutes, and that's if you're not in high winds. So that is a very good amount of time to be out there getting some footage. Buy more batteries. Go on any other site other than DJI, because of course it's going to be a lot more expensive. It's about $149 last time I checked. And if you go on any other site, a lot of people are actually selling theirs, because a lot of people that already had the Phantom 3 are going to the Phantom 4s. And more likely they're going to be selling these things for way $50 to $60 cheaper than buying a brand new battery at higher. If you want a brand new battery, I'll say try eBay, try Amazon, see where they got it. I bought 2 batteries for $69, so I want to use those. So this is going to be a good introductory drone for anybody that wants to get involved with doing this kind of hobby. So anybody got any questions, let me know. I'm going to be doing a lot of more videos in the coming future.